Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and today we're starting LEGO Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars. This game came out, I believe, right before the Harry Potter series, since this trailer here is for the Harry Potter series. And there, the background already locked up. Audio, video, everything here is at maximum, and we're gonna just hope that everything works here. We've had this long issue where with Lego games recently where they just lock up, and I don't see it being mentioned a lot, and so I'm wondering if maybe it's when I record or not. Let's go ahead and start a new game and begin again. So Lego Star Wars 3 is effectively the third dip to the Lego Star Wars series, and we're doing this because May the 4th be with you is should be right around the corner, or have already happened whenever this airs. I record everything ahead of time, and ironically and suspiciously, all of the Lego Star Wars games and other Star Wars things I've covered are all getting claimed by the people through YouTube, so they're claiming copyright on them again, even though I've already fought and won that copyright a year ago. It seems like they figured out a way to manipulate the system, so every single year around this time I'm going to end up having to fight it again and again and again, and that's certainly not fair. I've already won this fight and you're wasting my time. So what Lego Star Wars, to get away from that rant, what this is it's episode 3, The Clone Wars, but expanded, I think, maybe a little bit more into the Clone Wars cartoon series with the characters from the Lego Star Wars series. Like here you can see the mother of Luke and Leia pregnant with her. So this is right around the beginning, I believe, of the third movie, which I haven't actually ever seen. You can tell this is a later Lego game because this looks really, really good. It's got that glossy, shiny appearance. There was definitely a scene in Lego Star Wars where we saw this sequence happen before, and so we're replaying a little bit of the story, but it looks better, and then most of the rest of the story is going to be new content, and this is a new level. It's just telling the same story, same point in the story, so it's kind of a splitting off point. Look at the fur and the hair on this guy, but then also look at the game locking up on the video player. I've run into some games where the video players don't work on old games, and it seems a little strange that you wouldn't be able to see it. So we've got these 3 characters, and we have to use the Force on this guy to break the first one free. And who is this character? See, I don't even know who these people are. I think one is Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I think the other one, this is Padme, the mother, and we can see she got knocked down there. Interesting, that's interesting. She has this like chain whip ability, which is interesting. You can see also there on the left there's a evil force thing. So all 3 of them get on top of it, and then their chains just immediately disappear. So she has this whip ability, and we're fighting this one creature. So it's hard to see from this angle, but this guy has a anchor point, and he's being held. and then I need to switch to the other guy, and then use the Jedi mind trick on him, I suppose. And then we can hit Y and ride this guy. And so you can press A to speed this guy up. And so I spent a decent amount of time running around here without recording just to make sure everything was going to run smoothly. We've had a bad experience lately with Lego Indiana Jones and Lego Indiana Jones 2, and this never happened. So I don't know what to say. Like, at this point, maybe it is OBS. I've never had any other game have this problem. But the other issue is, here I'm crashing through things to get a collectible. The other issue, ignoring OBS, let's say it is OBS, it still happens when I don't have OBS recording too. OBS being the open broadcast software which I use to record everything and has worked flawlessly up to this point on every other game I've covered. Maybe it's a combination of the amount of resources OBS uses and something else. Here we can also see we have the tin canisters back. That was sorely missing in Lego Indiana Jones 2. That, in particular, that game did some really experimental things and I didn't like them. So I just gotta like rush into this guy. Let's see. I should also probably like see what he's doing. And see, he's doing all these force punches. Look at that. That's interesting. I think it's pretty clear though that there's gonna be knock another one of those guys down. And so you have the Lego legs on the front here of that character, and we'll deal with that character in a second. So I don't know how to really reply. Maybe people, if they don't have OBS, would have a much better experience on the lagging. Which of the Lego games does that fix, though? Probably maybe one. I can't actually recall if any of the ones I've had trouble with, it was just the lagging is the problem. Like, also on top of the lagging, all the other Lego games have also had some bad sections that add to frustration. And see here, you have one of the Jedi leaders, and you really need to watch episode 3. So all the Jedis are just showing up out of nowhere, and it turns into this giant fight. And that's Jango Fett there, not Boba Fett. The kid is Boba Fett. And see, without any voice acting happening here, or any explanation, we have no clue. And so this is the giant section, and we've got characters running around like crazy, and we've got guys that we can force push, and we've got Jedi all over the place. I suppose this is supposed to be the potential, just look in the background, look at how many characters are running around. And so you would think, like, if I started acting crazy and jumping around and looking here, you'd think some of this would trigger lagging, and it's not. And up to this point when I played it the first time, I didn't see any lagging. Or maybe I saw a single micro stutter, and maybe we won't have too bad of an issue here. Looks like there's something here that you'd need the force for. So I broke one of his arms. And see, there's probably not a ton of reason. You can see we have a slightly different attack here happening. But I don't think there's any extra. And see, this guy is down for the count. So I'm supposed to just break this Lego leg. And by breaking the Lego leg, I now have a place for Padme to press B. And then as she's holding the beast down, we need this guy to use this symbol and do a Jedi move. And see, then I've got to hold it down again and do the exact same thing, which is kind of repetitive because I'm going to have to do it 3 times with no real change. It's like, and see, all this chaos around me is not doing anything. And all these Jedi characters, I think, are kind of from the cartoon. And it goes through a cutscene. Some of the Lego guns and things look so plasticky that they could use a little more detail. And so now we're fighting Jango Fett. Target an object with the lightsaber by holding X to get him down, and then get in a fight with him and knock him down, knock him back. I'm not gonna get the true superhero. We could hit pause here and see that there's probably a red brick somewhere in this level too, if I was to guess. It seems like for the Lego Star Wars series in particular, I bet they go back to all the classic things that that were in Lego Star Wars, the original series, and Lego Star Wars, the prequels, which then got combined into Lego Star Wars, the complete saga. So technically this is Lego Star Wars 3 in the fact that the complete saga is not considered a new game, and this would be the 3rd thing. And for a long time, the idea was definitely that was going to be all they could do as far as the Lego series, the Star Wars series, because there was no more Star Wars content really planned to come out until Episode 7, The Force Awakens, which happened 6 to 11 years later. And now that The Force Awakens has happened, they did make a game based on The Force Awakens, which I think there is a danger in just covering one game, one movie in a game like this, because you have to really stretch to make a 2-hour movie last for a reasonable length of a video game. And so when I get around to playing The Force Awakens, which hopefully that is a perfectly running game. So we're opening the door and letting in Jedi, and then they're flying away, by the way. So we're doing our big escape. I've seen this scene in 2 different video games, and either the scene needs some work, or the way it's depicted in 2 different Lego games needs some work. Because, like, I bet on camera this looks great, but in a video game, having this many enemies is just distracting. That's all it is. And there we go, we've got all 3 of them, and that might be the end of the level. We might just abruptly jump to a cutscene. See, I can definitely see that this needs some more just detail on the graphics. It looks clay-like. and then the video player is lagging. You know, if it comes down to making the game lag or the video player lag, I'll take the video player lag any day. That overall, though, so far that was Obi-Wan Kenobi, that's Anakin Skywalker, and that's Padme Adamala. And we almost got to True Jedi, but didn't make it. A decent start for the game, and a decent start for the series because it's not locking up and lagging too much, but it kind of does suck that we see any of that. And it looks like we're making a minifigure through the mini kits. That's interesting. Gold bricks are back. That was definitely missing from Lego Indiana Jones 2. That game in particular was hyper different from all the other Lego games. Just extremely different. So we can see there's 130 gold bricks we're going to need to collect, and for each level 10 mini kits. I doubt they're going to bring back the challenge mode, but maybe. And it seems like we're going to have a nice experience with a Lego. And again, I guess, may the 4th be with you. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.